How's everyone doing? Good, how are you? Great, great.
Russell, would you be able to attribute any of what you've been able to do in the fourth quarter to what you learned working with Trevor?
Yeah, definitely. I think Trevor Moed is amazing. To work with him and to be able to discuss situations and past experiences and everything, and then go through visualization. That's a big part of it for me. And just really visualizing being successful. And so as you asked about Trevor, I think that he's one of the best in the world to ever do it. In terms of mental coach and everything, he works with some of the best in the world, and he's been a friend for a very, very long time. And I'm actually seeing him today. So I see him probably every week and talk to him all the time. So he's a really close friend.
What are those sessions like? What do you guys talk about?
Everything. But I think more than anything, it's there's some video components to it sometimes, but also it's really just trying to put myself in the situations, and really also, without getting too much detail, I think really, how do you have a dangerous mind? How do you think outside the box? How do you think? How do you function in the midst of chaos? And that's part of it.
Is any of that stuff different on the road versus the visualization part of it?
In terms of working with them, or just in the game?
What you have to kind of do in your mind is that different?
Yeah, playing on the road is always different, a little bit different, and it's the same field. I always say it's 153 and a third, as you guys know. But I think part of it is, I always try to visualize the stadium. For example, I haven't been to Jacksonville. I haven't played there before, so. This may sound weird, but I look up pictures of the stadium and try to visualize what things look like, where the shot clock is, all those things, just so I can be comfortable before I even get there. And that's just kind of something that I do on my own. Also, obviously have the crowd noise, which is always an effect of some point. But I also like playing on the road. Playing on the road is always fun because it's you're 53 guys and against everybody else pretty much, and we always travel well, our fans, and so that's always exciting too. When we score a touchdown, our fans are going crazy and all that. But in 2-minute situations, it is what it is. The game's on the line. You gotta find a way.
Your preparation with him, how much is that at this level? All the players are great, and there is an edge there to be had, an edge to find, and that's what separates maybe some other players.
Yeah, it's huge. I think the mind is everything, really, for the most part. When you really think about it, at this level, a lot of people are very skilled, can do a lot of great things and throw the ball and make catches and run and tackle and do all that stuff. But the reality is how can people be consistent over and over and over and over and over again? Play in and play out, play in and play out, game in and game out, year in and year out. And I think that's the obsession that I love to try to study and learn and continue to try to put myself in as much as I can, and just try to have a limitless mind and try to continue to think that way and grow that way.
Daryl Bevel was saying you're just really calm in all those situations. Was there ever a time earlier in your life or anything where you had to calm yourself down, or you got too excited on a field or things like that, or it was an issue? Or?
Yeah, I think that, for me, I've been fortunate to play so many sports and be in a lot of different scenarios. From being a starting pitcher to playing, being a closer to playing second base or shortstop to being up, with the bat in my hand, the game on the line, or being at the free throw line, or, playing recess when you're a young kid and just, you got, just constantly playing, in different scenarios. And then obviously, when you've played a lot of ball in college, football and baseball, played professional baseball, and then obviously here, being in the National Football League, I've experienced a lot, and then also you factor in life too, and that's a big part of it, and how do you, I was telling Bevel and Tater and Austin and some of the other guys earlier today, the reality is I think that to be really consistent, it's okay. A lot of people can be consistent and try to do things, the right way, which is the best way to be successful, I think. The other thing though is, when things don't go your way, that's where the true champions come out, whether if it's in a game or in life or in different moments. And the reality is true winners, they find a way to adjust in the midst of chaos. When things, a lot of people have their habits or rituals or whatever. Well, what happens when that doesn't go right? What happens when you don't have that pair of socks or whatever it may be that people's, in their mind that clicks for them? What happens when you don't do that? You have to get used to those adjustments. And those are the type of things that Trevor and I try to do, where it's not just everything has to be in order all the time. I'm a very ordered person, as you guys know, but a lot of it too is, I believe that, okay, this is the situation. Here's the truth of the situation. Let's try to figure out how to make it better in the game. And that's how I think.
From your perspective, what are the attributes of an MVP?
What are attributes of MVP? I think they have to be a winner. I think that they make their team better. They make the other guys around them better. I think they're the best player on the field, every Sunday. I think that's what, MVP basketball players, football players, baseball players do.
When you look at Jacksonville's defense, they're number one in the league in a lot of categories. What stands out most?
Yeah, when turning on the film and watching these guys in Jacksonville, I mean, these guys are really, really good. It's fun to watch them, actually. I think that obviously, one of their leaders is Calais Campbell, who I've gotten to know over the years, and he's a tremendous person, a tremendous athlete, tremendous player. He's had a great year, so it's cool seeing him, even go somewhere else and play so well. And then have so many guys up front. I mean, their defensive line is really tremendous, can really fly, make moves, do some things, get to the quarterback. As you guys know, I think they're leading the league in sacks. So they're doing some really good things up front. Their linebackers fly around. Jackie's from Seattle, the area, so just to see him playing at the high level he's playing at such a young age, it's pretty cool to see. And then their corners, Ramsey's star-studded player who can do anything and everything you want him to, and so that definitely jumps out. And then their safeties are leaders. You can see that on film. They know what they're doing. So this is not going to be an easy task, and we're looking forward to the challenge. It's two great teams going after it, and we're looking forward to it.
Had you heard of the Galilean transformation before?
I've never heard of that before, but and then to see that and hear about that, it's pretty cool.
Have you gone back and looked at that play? I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of controversy, especially from the Philly side, I guess, about.
Yeah, on film, when you just turn on our tape, and you just watch the football film, whatever, it looks like it's definitely backwards. You wouldn't know to the natural eye. It's like whatever people are saying or whatever. So it looked like a good play to me.
Sorry, one more on that. But Pete was saying Mike was calling for it. I mean, did you hear him call for it at all, or?
No, I didn't hear him call for it at all. We were just playing ball, So I peeked at him, and he was looking at me, and then I just kept running, and all of a sudden, okay, here you go, you take it, and so he's a great player. He's a baller, so he can make some things happen.
Yesterday, Doug, he announced that he's going to be backing Initiative 940, and I was curious what just his involvement in trying to make change in the community and just what it says about him as a person off the field.
Well, Doug's always been a tremendous leader in our locker room, but also in our community. He takes that to heart, and that's what I love about Doug the most, probably more than anything. He's really using his platform to encourage change and love and life and to people, and he does that on a daily basis. And so to see somebody so consistent do that over and over again, that's his true heart, that's his true self, and he knows how to serve and give back. So it's cool to call him a friend and a teammate.
Russell, how much fun is it watching to see what Jimmy Graham is doing this season?
To see Jimmy Graham playing at the highest level, he's one of my best friends, but also a great teammate and a guy who works so hard. Like I've always said, he's one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. And we want to find him ways to get him the football. He's making all kinds of plays. I mean, there's nothing he can't do. And he strikes a fire at us. And so it's also awesome to see him having such a great year. He's worked so hard this whole offseason. He's had an amazing offseason to work with him all offseason, in the summer and stuff like that. And then for all this to work out for him the way it's working out, it's pretty cool.
The play that you had to Doug, the 47-yarder that was almost a touchdown, did that feel similar to some other big plays you guys have had against the blitz before? Yeah,
I think Doug, always finds a way to get open. He's pretty special. So, it definitely felt similar. Every big play you have is always another memory. You just add it up, and so that's always cool to see Doug make those type of plays.
Seems like whether it's third down or late in games when you guys need a big play, so often it comes with you throwing to Doug. How much of that is just the comfort of you guys have played together 6 years, or just his skill level? I mean, what goes into that?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the experience of playing with one another. We have that chemistry in terms of Doug and I, and then I think also too, he's hard to cover, man. He's really quick, he's really fast, he knows the game, he studies the game, he's passionate about the game, and he's a great competitor. He's going to compete at the highest level, and all he wants to do is win, and he'll do that at all costs. And so, that's why I love having a guy like that I can throw to.
What do you notice about Jalen Ramsey when you study the Jags?
Say again.
What do you notice about Jalen Ramsey when you study them?
Well, Jalen, he's been fun to watch. I watch a lot of the ACC games when I get to watch him. I got to see him in college and make all the plays he made, and it was always fun to watch him. I was always kind of rooting for him, And then so now it's kind of when I see him on film, actually study the film. He's really special. He's going to be a great one for a long, long time. He's got great skills, got great hands. He can really put his foot in the ground and make a play. He's got unbelievable speed. It looks like he's not even running. How fast he runs. So he's a true superstar, and it's going to be cool to play great guys like that. And he's a great player. You got to know where he is. That's for sure.
Did you get to know Miles Jack at all when he was at Bellevue or anything?
I did get to know Miles a little bit. I got to spend some time with him a couple times, be around him. Great kid, great demeanor, great athlete. To watch him at UCLA play, running back and play linebacker and do all the things he was doing. It was fun to watch, and now I get to play him in the National Football League. Pretty cool.
Anything else? Thanks, Ross.
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.